正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 180. My Fu, younger sister's husband. The movements in Mingqi were unable to be hidden from the rest of the world. One did not know how it gradually began to spread in the marketplace that Huang Fuhao died in the hands of the crown prince. Emperor Wenhua had the thought to place Huang Fuhao's guards under house arrest, but now things had become out of control, and if it was not managed, one feared that it would become chaotic. But how would the people in the residence of Prince Qin be able to sit and wait? News was sent back to the ears of the Qin Emperor, and after some short few days, there was someone who rushed over to send over a message, wanting Emperor Wenhua to give an explanation, else troops would be sent to level Mingqi. If it was the previous Qin country, Mingqi naturally would be able to compete with them, but now with unclear ambitions of Great Liang, who was lurking at the side with tiger's eyes, with the Qin country's attack, Mingqi would considered to be finished this time. Under the conviction of evidence, Emperor Wenhua had no choice but to send the crown prince to prison. Even though he specifically instructed other to take good care of the crown prince, at the end it was a move to abandon the chariot to protect the marshal. Chess moves. The older Emperor Wenhua had gotten the unwavering and firm personality that he had when young were finally wiped off. Not to mention how the other sons would think, even officials would feel chilling when seeing it. In order to protect oneself, even though he obviously knew that there were suspicious circumstances with the crown prince killing Huang Fuhao, he still sent the crown prince to prison. In fact, Emperor Wenhua was not to be blamed. The reason to why he placed the crown prince in prison, other than to show the Emperor of Qin his attitude, was to temporarily calm the Qin Emperor's anger and to ensure the safety of the crown prince. Huang Fuhao's guards were eyeing him like tigers and had all the intentions to take revenge for Huang Fuhao, thus it was highly possible that the crown prince would be killed by one of the guards if he was careless on any day. Now that the crown prince had become a prisoner and there were so many people guarding in the prison, such things would not happen. Unfortunately, Emperor Wenhua's thoughts were not understood, and because of this move of his, even the Empress could not sit still. The Empress stepped into Yang Zindian and angrily asked, "Your Majesty knew clearly that the crown prince was unjustly accused by others, so why is he being locked up? Did your Majesty thought of how would the officials look at him in the future?" Emperor Wenhua frowned, as he did not like the feeling of being questioned by others. Zen have one's viewpoint. Emperor Wenhua still had some affection for the Empress, as the Empress was his official wife, and when the late Emperor was alive, the battle of the heir apparent was as fierce as today, and if it wasn't the maiden family of the Empress that was supporting, Emperor Wenhua would not have necessarily be in this position today. Now the power of maiden family of the Empress was deliberately returned to the Emperor. There would not be any possibility of the dictatorship of a family in the court. Thus Emperor Wenhua was willing to give more affection to the Empress, and moreover the Empress is the birth mother of the crown prince. Privately, the Empress was indeed not a bad Empress. She did not get jealous and also managed the inner palace rather well. "Chenqi beseech your Majesty to revoke the order," the Empress said. "The crown prince would need to face the court officials in the future, thus your Majesty's action would only let the commoners under the sky misunderstand. If it was previously, the Empress would have not refuted Emperor Wenhua's decision, but as a mother, one would always be more sensitive with matters of one's son." The Empress was not willing to have any mistakes in the crown prince's future. Not even a drop of dirty water could stain him. What was more, that this time it was an ordinary fault. Once the crime of murdering the crown prince of Qin country was confirmed, one feared that it would even be difficult to ensure the safety of Fu Ziyuyan's life. Even though the Empress does not interfere in political affairs, this did not mean that she had no knowledge of the matters in the court. Once there was a dangerous seed that was formed, there would also be a seed of elimination. Emperor Wenhua had been troubled these days when dealing with this matter, and his heart was very frustrated. Of all times, the Empress chose to agitate him at this time, and he said impatiently, "Zen do not need you to criticize or give orders when Zen actions." The Empress's heart jumped. After being husband and wife with Emperor Wenhua for so many years, She naturally knew Emperor Wenhua's temperament. She immediately changed to a warm expression and removed the questioning expression she had before, softly speaking. Chen Qi knows that your majesty is frustrated, and it was Chen Qi who is impulsive just now. Chen Qi is also worried for the crown prince. One remembered that when the crown prince was young, his studies not considered good, and no matter how the imperial tutor taught, he was unable to learn, and it was your majesty who personally taught the crown prince. Now both Chen Qi and your majesty know clearly in one's heart that the matter has nothing to do with the crown prince. The crown prince's character is gentle and honest, so how would he kill another? Even if he did kill another, he would definitely not to be so stupid to assassinate another in broad daylight. Your majesty, the crown prince is innocent and you are the crown prince's father. Could it be that one would watch with open eyes as the crown prince was blamed and charged unwarranted offenses? These appeasing words played a good role, and Emperor Wenhua's expression eased. Among the 9 princes, the one that Emperor Wenhua wanted to support the most was the crown prince, and naturally not willing to let the crown prince die like this. Just as he was about to speak, one heard the palace maid outside reporting, "Your Majesty, Her Ladyship Consort Xian has arrived." The Empress's expressions were as usual, but the hands that was clasped in the sleeves were tightly clenched. Among the consorts in the palace, Consort Xian was the most arrogant one, as she had gave birth to 2 princes, Prince Zhu and Prince Jing, and was favored upon normally with delicate good appearances. Even though her actions were arrogant, she was able to capture and retain Emperor Wenhua's heart. The Empress was not ignorant of the ambition of the 2 brothers, Prince Zhu and Prince Jing. Consort Zhu Xian naturally hoped that her sons would be able to sit on that position, so once the crown prince was in trouble, Consort Zhu Xian would not let go of the opportunity to throw stones. One could see Consort Zhu Xian coming in seductively from outside. Even though she had gave birth to 2 sons, Consort Zhu Xian's appearance did not show traces of aging. One had heard that she would use sheep's milk to bathe every day, so her skin was smooth and firm, even better than young females at the age of 28, but had the charms of a mature woman. There were 3,000 of beauties in the palace, but Consort Zhu Xian's appearance indeed made others jealous, so it was no wonder Emperor Wenhua would still favor her often, even though Consort Zhu Xian was domineering and arrogant. When Consort Zhu Xian entered, she said her greetings to Emperor Wenhua and the Empress. Afterwards she then said smilingly, "Lately your Majesty's mood is not good," so Chen Qi had instructed the Imperial Kitchen's pastry chef to make some purple snowbirds' nests for your Majesty to taste. One did not think that older sister would also be here. The Empress smiled lightly and did not want to talk to her, but how would Consort Xian willing to let this opportunity go? She looked towards the Empress and said, "Today for older sister to look for His Majesty, is it about the crown prince's matter?" Emperor Wenhua had yet to say anything when the Empress raised her eyebrows and said angrily, "Younger sister is managing too broadly." Consort Zhu Xian grinned and looked at Emperor Wenhua, who did not say a word, before looking at the Empress again and said slowly, "Originally these things should not be said by this younger sister, but His Majesty is worried about this matter, so why older sister cannot understand His Majesty and still harass His Majesty at this juncture." She let the palace maid put down the basket as she continued speaking. The crown prince's matter is not about one person's life. A perfectly fine crown prince of Ken country is involved, and that day only the crown prince and the crown prince of Ken country are present. Younger sister naturally believed that the crown prince would not do such insane and lunatic actions, but one have to bring out evidence. If one is unable to bring out the evidence, then how could everyone be convinced? Moreover, at the Ken country's end, there are people watching closely. If His Majesty listens to older sister's words and let the crown prince out, then once the Ken country hear of it, one do not know how much waves would there be. Older sister cannot just think of oneself and the crown prince and have to think of the world. Consort Zhu Xian said thoughtfully, but the Empress's expressions changed. "Shut up," the Empress said angrily. Consort Zhu Xian feigned a scared look and stepped back a little before looking at Emperor Wenhua with grievances. "Your Majesty, Chen Qi persuaded older sister with good intentions, but older sister failed to appreciate the favor. Chen Qi is wronged to death. Emperor Wenhua was having a terrible headache and did not want to see anyone. How could he not know that consort Zhu Xian's words were of provocation and it was all to let the crown prince not live well? But Emperor Wenhua had no way to deny it, as consort Zhu Xian's words were the truth. The crown prince's matter not only implicate the crown prince but also Qin country's attitude. This time Ming Qi could not make a mistake at all, as if this matter was not handled well, no one could tell what kind of disaster would be brought on to Ming Qi in the future. Thinking about that, Emperor Wenhua felt troubled thinking about the crown prince and became annoyed with the empress too. He said to the empress and consort Zhu Xian, "I'll withdraw. Zen want to be alone." The empress took great difficulty before Emperor Wenhua loosened his lips and did not think that when consort Zhu Xian mixed in, her previous efforts were of naught and her heart was unwilling to give up. Before she could say anything, consort Zhu Xian said, "Since your majesty is not willing to be disturbed by others, Chen Kais would withdraw first, beseeching your majesty to take care of the dragon's body and don't let this matter hurt one spiritually." Emperor Wenhua did not even raise his head as he waved his hand. No matter how unwilling the empress was, she could only withdraw out with consort Zhu Xian. After exiting Yangzhen Dian, the empress stopped and looked at consort Zhu Xian before laughing coldly. "Ben Gong knows what your heart is thinking, but the sons you gave birth to would never be able to replace Ben Gong's son." Consort Zhu Xian smiled. Younger sister does not deserve older sister's words. The crown prince is as respectable as gold and as precious as jade. This younger sister sincerely want good things for him. The relationship between brothers are close, so what is with the words of replacing? She then giggled and admired the empress's seemingly annoyed expression before speaking. It is older sister that younger sister had always wanted to replace. After finishing, she then stroked the pearl flower by her temple and walked away enchantingly. The empress remained alone, standing in place with gritted teeth. The matter of the empress and consort Zhu Xian entering the Yangzhen Dian one after the other quickly spread to others' ears. Consort Dong Shu was sitting on the couch listening to the palace maid playing qin. She played like mountains were high and water were flowing. The spring water splattering and the tall mountain as backdrop was indeed a wonderful painting. She did not like to fight with outsiders and would pray to Buddha. When she was not normally in the Buddhist hall, she would be sowing flowers and listening to qin at the side hall, not behaving like a consort but an outsider. Among the four consorts, the one that was most overlooked was her. That one would be amazed as to how she became one of the four consorts. Sitting just below her was a man in jade brocade robes, who was slightly smiling as he tilted his head to the side to listen, as if he was immersed in the qin for a long time. At the end of the piece, the maid held the qin as she said her thanks. Consort Dong Shu waved her hands and the personal palace maid went forward to bestow money and sent the maid out. When all the people in the side hall had withdrew, Fu Ziyu smiled. Consort mother is exceptionally happy today. The empress cannot sit still. Consort Dong Shu smiled. She personally went to Yangzai Dian to plead for the crown prince, and of course consort Xian naturally would not miss this opportunity. Prince Zhu and Prince Jing wanted to replace the crown prince and consort Xian would definitely put an effort in the inner palace. It is a pity that it is not a good method. Consort Dong Shu picked up the teacup for a sip. However, if the sandpiper and clam don't fight, how does the fisherman profit? Both mother and son smiled together. Fu Ziyu's features resembled more towards consort Dong Shu and would look cold normally, but when one smiled, it would be soft and tender, making others unable to put up one's vigilance. Consort Dong Shu said, "How are you lately?" Fu Ziyu laughed. One had found some interesting secrets and is currently investigating. One think that it would not be long before there would be results. Consort Dong Shu looked at him. You are always one who has a mind of your own, so I do not have to worry much about these things. Speaking of which, you should also get married. You are not young of age, and if this drags on, one fear that others would inevitably take advantage of it. Consort Xian could not wait for you to marry a female without power and influence as your prince consort. As consort Dong Shu spoke, she sighed. Initially that Shen Miao loved you, and one had thought that if she carried it on, one would at the end let her enter the family and you would have the power of the Shen family. Who knew that things of the world are fickle, not to mention her temperament has also changed. Now the marriage of the Shen family was something that you cannot endure. Fu Ziyu smiled. Although I cannot endure, no one else in Mingqi can handle. Apart from the crown prince, whichever brothers are tied to the Shen family would provoke imperial father's suspicions. Originally the crown prince have success within one's grasp, but beyond expectations, such unforeseen misfortune happened. Most likely the gods are standing on our side. He did not have any trace of regrets and only said, all those official families that have power in Mingqi would not be willing to be tied to the Shen family by marriage. Even though the Shen family is big, it does not mean that Shen Miao could marry well. Consort Dong Shu sighed. Correct. After speaking, she suddenly thought of something. However, this time the crown prince is indeed suffering grievous and Huang Fuhao's matter would not end easily. Do you think that this was done by the brothers, Prince Zhu and Prince Jing? Or is it by Prince Li? Fu Ziyu did not enter any of the fractions as he did not trust his brothers and always held powers alone. At first Prince Zhu's and Prince Li's fraction were fiercely fighting, but now that Emperor Wenhua had the intention to support the crown prince and even let the crown prince to marry the Shen family, Prince Zhu and Prince Li were inevitably anxious, but who knew that they would suddenly kill the crown prince? The crown prince had become their enemy and naturally they do not spare any effort to remove him. This time the crown prince killed Huang Fuhao and everyone who had clear eyes would see that there were flaws to it, and most likely the crown prince was schemed. After much calculation, only Prince Zhu and Prince Li had the possibility of doing it. However, such blatant schemes were not the usual style of both people. Fu Ziyu shook his head. It might not be the actions of the both of them. When consort Dong Shu heard it, she was startled and asked, if it is not them, then could there still be others? Prince Rui's and Shen Miao's face appeared in Fu Ziyu's mind. There must be some hidden relationship between Prince Rui and Shen Miao. Even though he was not clear as to how this relationship was maintained, as long as it was about Shen Miao, there seemed to be a master coordinating behind the scenes, and the indications was undoubtedly Prince Rui. Previously, when Emperor Wenhu instructed the Empress to test the waters of the Shen family and let out rumors that Shen Miao would be marrying into the residence of the crown prince, not too long after, Prince Rui said those specious words to Emperor Wenhu, making Emperor Wenhu dispel the thoughts of wanting Shen Miao to immediately marry. Now it was obvious that this appreciation of incense situation was targeting Shen Miao, and now it was Huang Fuhao's and the crown prince's side that were suffering, but Shen Miao was safe and sound. One heard that on that day Shen Miao was also heading towards Yifeng Pavilion, but during the journey, she knocked onto an old woman and did not go as she was delayed. How could matters be that coincident? Could it be that Prince Rui was also manipulating everything from the back for this time too? If it was the actions of Prince Rui, he was in Mingqi but dared to act so blatantly and schemed against two crown princes. This Prince Rui was indeed somewhat fearful. Seeing that Fu Ziyu was so engrossed in thinking about something, consort Dong Shu asked, "What is it?" Fu Ziyu recovered to his senses. Nothing. He then suddenly stood up and looked at consort Dong Shu. This son suddenly remembered that there are still some matters and will not continue chatting leisurely with consort mother. Official matters are important. Consort Dong Shu said, "You can go first." At the other end, thank goodness Jiu Shu and Jiao Yang were finally let out of the tower prison. These days both of them oversaw the prisoners of the tower and saw the many means and methods of torture. It was still a little better for Jiao Yang, but Jiu Shu had a delicate body and had gotten a lot thinner. It was not because of anything but unable to eat due to nausea. It would be a wonder if one did not slim down. After much difficulty they were then let out and both of them looked at each other in tears wordlessly. After a long while Jiu Shu said, "I have to go up to Feng Xiang pawn shop for a shower and change of clothes. We'll say one's farewell here." Finishing, He ran away in a puff of smoke. Zhao Yang sighed and looked at his dirty face before his heart was stripped. Zi Jingxing was so ruthless and did not even overlook a little bit and sent them to the Tower Prison. The Tower Prison was a place that even Tai Yi was unable to handle when he first went in, much less Ji Yushu and him, who were so pampered. When Ji Yushu returned to Feng's Yan pawn shop, he instructed Hong Luan to draw a bath for him and took a long beautiful bath and eat some snacks before returning to the study. As soon as one stepped in, a smoke of dust flew up. Ji Yushu did not allow the servants to enter this area as there were many secrets, thus no one came in to clean. Ji Yushu initially wanted Hong Yuan to clean up for him, but after thinking about it, he gave up and gave in to his fate and started cleaning up. It was difficult for everything to look alright before Ji Yushu sat down at the desk and started reading after looking at the thick stack of letters on the table. When he flipped to the last letter, Ji Yushu was already a little drowsy, but as he looked at his sleepiness wiped off and his expressions became serious. Pei Lang was actually locked up by Fu Ziyu. Pei Lang's identity was revealed. Heavens, did anyone know that such a big thing had happened? Could someone rescue? Of course there was none. Observing Pei Lang was Ji Yushu's own decision. After all, he was curious why Shen Miao wanted Pei Lang to be a spy by Fu Ziyu's side. Even if Pei Lang had some talent, being a spy would require a great lot of loyalty, and Fu Ziyu was very good at managing his subordinates. Won't Shen Miao be worried that Pei Lang would rebel? The most important thing was that Shen Miao's relationship with Pei Lang before was just plain and normal, so how would she dare to make such a decision? However, one had not thought that this move had played a significant role. Ji Yushu turned his head and wanted to leave and pass this letter to Zi Jingxin when he stood still after standing up. Would third older brother locked me up again? Ji Yushu muttered. The reason why Zi Jingxing locked Ji Yushu and Zhao Yang up was because that day the Empress summoned Shen Miao to the palace and tried to marry Shen Miao to the crown prince. This matter was left out in the report to Zi Jingxing by the two of them, so upon return, Zi Jingxing threw both of them to the Tower Prison. Third older brother valued Shen Young Lady seriously, and this Pei Lang seemed to be interested in Shen Young Lady and even said that he wanted to marry Shen Young Lady. As such, Pei Lang is third older brother's love rival. Since he is a rival, will third older brother beat one up if one tell third older brother now? Third older brother would definitely not want to save him. Ji Yushu mumbled to himself, just like me. I do not like young lady Xiao Yao, smiling at that gentleman from the Prime Minister's family. Afterwards, when that gentleman of the Prime Minister's family fell from the horse, I was very happy about it. Ji Yushu came to a conclusion by himself. It is better not to inform third older brother now. Since there is no new information, he should not have died yet. Let him stay for a few more days before one talk about it. Ji Yushu thought that he had done well, but did not know that this action of his would create what kind of changes in the future. Shen Kaiyu and Lu Ling were commanding officers of the city garrison, and they were very busy these days. Huang Fuhao was dead and left behind a pile of problems. As to the guards from the residence of Prince Qin, if they were killed, it would provoke the Emperor of Qin country's dissatisfy action. If they were not killed, they keep harping of giving justice for Huang Fuhao and spread to the commoners that the crown prince was the murderer, that these days it was chaotic ending capital. One could not kill and could only place them under house arrest. However, the Qin crown prince's guards were all personally chosen by the Qin emperor to protect Huang Fuhao. So how would a normal guard's ability be able to match? Today they were house arrested, tomorrow they would be able to find ways to escape. In order to avoid chaos, the garrison troops had doubled so that innocent people would not be harmed by those guards from Qin country. After matters are finished today, the skies had slowly approached to evening. Shen Kaiyu and Lu Ling walked on the streets shoulder by shoulder. It was close to the end of the year and the streets of Ding capital would be bustling, but due to the matter of Huang Fuhao, the commoners were reminded by the troops of the city garrison and returned back home early. There was only a few people walking even though it was not nighttime. Shen Kaiyu sighed. If the Ministry of Justice do not speak, the city garrison would no longer be able to handle it. After the crown prince was imprisoned, At one side the Qin Emperor kept on pressuring for an explanation, and the other side, Emperor Wenhua felt reluctant to part with his only eldest son, thus the commoners had to suffer. It is not peaceful this year. Lu Ling shook his head. No matter what the result is, one fear that Ding capital will be chaotic. Both of them looked at one another and both of them saw the worries in each other's eyes. Shen Kaiyu said, "Don't speak about this anymore. Yesterday I heard mother said that younger sister's marriage have to be reconsidered from the beginning. Even though one do not need to worry about the crown prince's side, but the more chaotic the situation seems, the more someone would want to take advantage of the Shen family. Younger sister's identity is special, so it is inevitable that others would lust for. If one does not set the marriage earlier, it would not be good for the future." When Lu Ling heard those words, he was however startled for a moment, and before he could speak, he heard Shen Kaiyu speaking. "Younger Biao brother, what do you think?" Lu Ling's face turned slightly red. "Doesn't older Biao brother already knew my thoughts?" Shen Kaiyu snorted and one of his hands sling onto Lu Ling's shoulder. "You are after all one who practice martial arts and follow Jiu Jitsu, aka mother's brother, to the army camps, so why when you speak about this matter, you are like those weak scholarly tarts?" He said, "From my view, everything about you is good except you have a thin skin. With regards to this matter, you don't talk to younger sister about it. Could it be that you want younger sister to take the initiative to look for you?" Lu Ling smiled somewhat awkwardly. Shen Kaiyu tempted. "My younger sister temperament on surface is gentle and soft but was stubborn and proud to the bones. If you wanted younger sister to take the initiative to look for you, then one fear that you should not think about it. Males must have a sense of manhood, means just go directly. Even though you cannot beat me." Shen Kaiyu looked somewhat picky at Lu Ling. "But the current situation is different and you barely qualify. If you are my Maifu, I will recognize it," Shen Kaiyu said heroically, but Lu Ling was more startled. "This also requires younger Biao sister to agree. You don't even talk of it. How would younger sister know of your thoughts?" Shen Kaiyu blinked, not to say anything else. "First you have to find an opportunity to confess to younger sister what you actually think." "Younger Biao brother, I will honestly tell you, I don't like that Su Mingling was previously sick." Feng Zijian, the last time their Feng family almost caused younger sister to lose her life, thus this should not be mentioned. "Speaking of this and that, you are actually not bad. Many thanks to Biao older brother." Lu Ling smiled. "If there is an opportunity, I will do it." Shen Kaiyu still wanted to say something when he saw a horse suddenly galloping over from the other side of the streets. That coat of fur on the hose was smooth and shiny that even if it was evening, it was heroic and eye-catching. Shen Kaiyu and Lu Ling could not help but be attracted to the horse. The person on the horse was also valiant and one could tell from afar the graceful manner of the person. When the person got closer to the both of them, suddenly the horse stopped and its front hoofs raised up, but the person who sat on it was extremely stable. It was obvious that the riding skills were exceptional. Shen Kaiyu could not help but say, "Good." The person on the horse said, "Vice General Shen." Shen Kaiyu was startled upon seeing that there was a person sitting on the horse. That purple gold noble clothes were getting more radiant under the lantern light. The person's stature was tall and there was a silver mask on the face, revealing an ideal shape of one's face. One's chin was clean and thin lips were slightly tilted as a pair of eyes looked downwards, as if it has some style of laughter but not laughter. "Your Highness Prince Ruai." Shen Kaiyu and Lu Ling quickly bowed with hands held in front. They have seen Prince Ruai during the tribute banquet, thus knew undoubtedly that this was Prince Ruai. Moreover, only Prince Ruai alone had this lazy and arrogant temperament. Prince Ruai said, "No need to stand on ceremony." Just now this prince thought that one had seen wrongly and did not expect to really see Vice General Shen, thus one stopped to greet. He only spoke to Shen Kaiyu and did not look at Lu Ling. Shen Kaiyu was somewhat shocked with the flattering. This Prince Ruai had always had the temperament of not placing Emperor Wenhu in his eyes, and he actually took the initiative to greet him and spoke so courteously. At one end, Chen Qiu was secretly alert, wondering if the other person was up to some trick, and on the other end felt a sense of self-satisfaction. Could it be that his vice-general reputation was so famous that Prince Ruai of Great Liang would be so eager to pursue? However, he did not see Lu Ling's pale white face. On Prince Ruai's waist, there was a safety pendant that was hanging, which was oddly familiar.